Well, it's Monday and it's the 16th of February, and I have made a number of attempts over the last couple of weeks to try to get another vlog done, but the weather here up in the northeast of England has been absolutely appalling right through the whole of January and into February. And today is blue sky, and this is the first time here in the northeast where I've seen the blue sky like this and it's not been raining. Although over the weekend I have been away and I went down to London, and on the Saturday it was very clear and a beautiful day there, but cold. So it's been difficult to get a vlog going. I've got my camera here with my long lens on, which is my 70 to 300 milliliter lens, and I did set it up in the greenhouse a couple of times last week with it focused on the bird feeders, but every time I set it up it either rained or we had snow or we had sleet, and the footage was not as good as I would like it to have been. But I have selected some of that, but I am going to set the camera up again today because it's such a good day and see what else I can get on the bird feeders, because there's very little else that I can actually show in the garden at the moment, although we will just have a look at some of the bulbs and the plants. When we was in London on Saturday, we walked through Hyde Park and I commented to my wife about all the daffodils that were up, and not only were they flowering but there were also dead ones as well, which shows how far ahead it is down in the south compared to up here in the north. The first lot of broad beans that I planted, you can see them here. Some of them have actually gone quite black because of the extreme cold weather that we've been having, and we'll just wait and see if they will come back. I have got here on the shelf as well some of the bulbs that I planted and left in the greenhouse, the crocuses, they're doing well. There are some crocuses out in the garden. I noticed the first one's out just over a week ago, and I just got a couple of snowdrops over in the corner which will take the camera to, but it's just been too cold and no sun for the crocuses to actually open up. So we'll just go and have a look at the bulbs in the garden. This is just outside the greenhouse. As you can see, it's very messy on the lawn because of all the rain we've been having. You can see here the crocuses, but they're just not coming to much because of the wet and the cold. But the bulbs are coming through here in this patch. If we go just down to the bottom, we'll see how the rhubarb is coming through. Last year I forced it, but this year I'm not intending to force it. See what happens there. As the bulbs are coming through in that patch there. And here in the corner is where there's just a couple of snowdrops come through. Some more crocuses, but you can see they're not even flowering, they're just dropping dead because it's been so wet. These are the pots and the planters, crocuses. And then just behind here, these are the bulbs that are still in their planters from last year, and they are doing much better than everywhere else, coming up really well at this moment. There's still just the remains of a little bit of snow there, which apparently they had here yesterday morning, before we came back from London. I put a new feeder here so that I can try and get a few more birds in one go. It's got 6 places on there. So that's just about where I am at that moment with the garden. There's nothing to do, it's just too wet, soggy, drenched, as it has been in the whole of the United Kingdom. We're not just alone with all of the rain. It's been far worse in lots of other places as well, with the flooding with the rivers and that. We're high up here, so we don't get a problem with the flooding. Now, as I did last year with my vlogs, I still intend to do some 360-degree photographs of the garden itself and in the greenhouse, usually around the 18th or 19th of each month. So I have done the ones from January. Probably on this vlog I'll get the ones done for this month as well. And on top of that, I'm also going to try to attempt anyway to put the drone up as well and try to get an overview of the garden each month as well. Now, this last weekend, as I said, I've been down to London. It was my birthday last Friday. I'm now officially an OAP, 66 years of age. And my wife and myself, we flew down from Newcastle to London. We had a good day Saturday because the sun was actually shining, but yesterday morning, Sunday, it was absolutely pouring with rain again. And we didn't want to get drenched because of having to go to the airport to wait for a flight to return. So we went to Hammersmith by the tube and found a shopping centre there where we went. And while we were walking around the shopping centre, I noticed the company that my cameras come from, which is Insta360 cameras. They had a stall or a shop there, and they had a competition going. What you had to do is you had to spin this wheel, and there were number 1 prize, number 2 and number 3. First prize was to win a camera, second prize was to win a hat, and third prize was a sheet of stickers. And so they were, I'll give it a go, not expecting to get anything other than maybe a sheet of stickers. So I spun it and we watched and we waited with the girl that was on the stand was waiting with us, and I couldn't believe it because the wheel stopped on number 1, and I'd come away from my weekend away in London with an Insta360 X5 8K 360 action camera. Now, I've already got one of these, but not this model. I've got an older version which I brought second hand about 3 years ago, so I can now do a better quality 360 videos, photographs and everything else on this one. So my weekend paid for itself with winning this camera, which was over £500 worth. So what I'll do now is I'll set this camera up and then get it focused on the bird feeders. I will leave it on there for today. I've got a battery pack which allows the camera to run until the memory cards are full, and then from what I did last week and what I do today, I will select the video to go on to this vlog, and then that will be it until we come back to doing the next vlog, which hopefully the weather will have improved and there will be a lot more that I can do with planting or sowing. I did sow some sweet peas earlier in January, but there's absolutely no sign of anything through coming in them at all again. I think it's because it has been so cold and damp and wet that there's just been no warmth generated in the greenhouse at all. Well, it's a couple of hours later, probably 2.5 hours later to when I did the video earlier on, and I've come out to stop this camera because from my office I've been checking and there's been practically no movement of birds on there at all, just a few blue tits and a couple of jackdaws. I'm guessing because the weather is much better today and warmer that the birds are finding something else to eat somewhere else. So I will have a go at doing this again another time. I did just try that 360 camera out, and I'll just put it on to this video as a test video just to show the kind of thing that can be done with it. The more I use it, the more I get used to setting the quality and getting it better. This is a trial just to try the 360 around the garden. So here we've got where I've got my planters with the bulbs coming through, some daisies, cowslips, but they're not coming through too well, but it looks like there might be some life coming on them. Pansies, violas, which have been here during the winter. These pots, a number of these I've done with flowers. They're very waterlogged because of the amount of rain that we've had. There are some bulbs that are still poking through there. Some of them have just got bulbs in, so I've got hyacinths coming through in that one, tulips in that one. Now the other side here I've got the bird feeder, and there's a blue tit on the birds at the moment, but we'll go and have a look. There he has just flown off. So I got my camera set up in here, recording. Plenty of bulbs down here, plenty of bulbs down by here. This is the new feeder, but the birds have been very quiet since I filmed that one today, just because I got the camera on there to record. And here is the vegetable patch where I have put plenty of compost from Graham. Rhubarb is coming up at the bottom. Here this bush will come back to life again in the spring. It'll be loaded with white flowers, beautiful flowers, the roses trailing in there. The hips are still on there. Thought the birds might have had them, but they're still on there. Passion flower. And then the other beds across here again. Snowdrops down here. A few snowdrops there. Foxgloves coming in the planters, which shouldn't really be there. The patio has gone very green from all the wet, the rain.